give away, but then we keep it. We create a distance while we're with you. Gravity pushes us away. Never seemed to make a lot of sense. We never really understood the fact that gravity pushes us away. Walk away from it all. Should we just give up? We are the blind, we are the lost. Run from all the mistakes. When we turn away, we are the blind, we are the lost. Gravity seems to lie when it pushes us on the side. We force out these thoughts. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. Walked on straight from my bed. We'll never look back. We're not the blind, we are the ones that face the mistakes that we make. We won't turn away. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. Don't hold me back. God knows I've been through this before. I can taste it in the air, and it leaves me wanting more. You crossed me once, it's left a bitter taste, and now you push me, I won't tear you down. If you're man enough to boys, then you're man enough to fall. What are you gonna do with your back against the wall? You played the game so far, now come and claim your prize. There's no escaping this time. You think you know it all. Talk will only take you so far before you have to prove it. This time I'll watch you lose it. You're out of line and out of time. Just walk away while you still have your pride. If you're man enough to boys, then you're man enough to fall. What are you gonna do with your back against the wall? You played the game so far, now come and claim got the best of you. But you never thought we'd last. When you thought the sky was sinking fast, now you're waiting for the chandelier to fall. It don't matter what they say, 'cause the strong will rise up anyway. And you're amazed that we're still standing here at all. Now we're searching for answers where nothing ever was. But before I lose my grip, I need you to follow me down until the end. Only then will we collapse. But for now, hey! Life is flying past, it gets out of hand. What I'd give for one more fucking week in that van. You know that I would rather spend my time tonight round the fire, just talking shit about when nobody can stop us. A fistful of nothing but dumb luck. It feels like I'm dumb, deaf and stupid. Maybe I am just fucking useless. I found a way to make things right. I keep my friends right here by my side, just to pretend that I'm doing fine. I keep my friends right here by my side. Never the faint of heart, and you were always a betting man. 2 a.m. the streets were dancing, milk crate head in hand. Walking home and someone always had some bright shine. Back then, nobody could stop us. A fistful of nothing but dumb luck. It feels like I'm dumb, deaf and stupid. Maybe I am just fucking useless. We used to think that we were king. I found a way to make things right. I keep my friends right here by my side, just to pretend that I'm doing fine. I keep my friends right here.
The Atlanta Braves, America's team.
In fact, the taste that stands the test.
Yes.
The test where New Coke takes on Pepsi. Satisfied with your pizza, we'll replace it, or if
you're working late tonight, you're not alone.
MASH weekdays at 5:30 on
every day, and you'll always find low prices, real savings on the items you want. That's our
Mine. Take it from me, folks. Rusty Wallace. I discovered Mother's Car Wax products first. This is
them mad, and waiting makes them furious.
This car wants to become champion.
He does have that black Monte Carlo.
Yeah, he's got that black.
All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the American Elite Racing Throwback Cup Series. I'm Atlanta Racing, and we are live here under the lights here at Bristol Motor Speedway. You can see to the right, we've got some pictures that me and Tony took earlier, and to the left, we've got the outline of the last great Coliseum. It's Bristol, baby. Well, I recently tooted. Thank you for coming in here early and giving us a shout. AR Throwback Cup Series, like we said, with Atlanta Racing here tonight. It's all brought to you by the ButtKicker, giving away a ButtKicker unit to the regular season points champion. So very excited to have them aboard here on Season 2. We'll show you a little bit more about the ButtKicker later on. But as of right now, for the season standings after 16 races, we got Ryan Kelly up here with a pretty good lead. Jamie Haynes second, Sam Oliver right behind him in third. Glenn Laws in fourth, and Dylan Picklesmeyer fifth. Andrew Hayes going to be sitting in sixth with James Ledford seventh. Joe McAdory eighth, Joel Conley ninth, and Doug King 10th. James Nelson, Sam Taylor, Chris Fafke, and Charlie Mosley Jr. going to be rounding up those top 14 drivers. Nick Gowen, a man from Atlanta, taking home the win last week at Sonoma. And next week, we will be heading to Michigan International Speedway, one of my personal favorite tracks. Season is wrapping up. We don't have playoffs here in the AER Throwback. It is how it was in 1987. So Ryan Kelly setting with this good lead right now. As long as he keeps, getting these good times, getting these good finishes, and as right now he is top qualifying. So we'll see what happens. Let's go trackside here in Bristol and see what's going on. 3, 2, 1. We're going racing with Atlanta Racing and the American Elite Racing Throwback Cup Series. And don't forget, you can subscribe on Twitter or not Twitter, I do that every time, Twitch or YouTube, if you would like to keep up with the American Elite Racing series, as well as some more broadcasting. Well, here we go. A great look here at the start-finish line in the infield. Haulers are all lined up, ready for tonight's race. And we're about to get things cooking. Like as of right now, qualifying is just about to wrap up. Let's get some race information for you. A little bit hotter on the track than it is in the stands, but it is pretty cool. 4-mile-per-hour wind, and we're kind of like in a valley in a little bit, so a little bit higher winds, but still not too much to deal with. Just a very, very short track is what these drivers will be dealing with here tonight. Well, looks like everybody has qualified other than a handful of drivers. Looks like it's going to be 6 to be. George Rainey-Kahn, Doug King, Corey Lavallo, Jason Palmer, and Adam Thompson going to be those 5 drivers, actually, that have not qualified at the moment. It doesn't look like they are. Ryan Kelly looks like he is going to capture that top spot here tonight, sitting in pole with Jamie Haynes second, Sam Oliver third, Dylan Picklesmeyer fourth, and Charlie Mosley Jr. fifth. So those point standings lining up pretty closely to the qualifying efforts here in Bristol, Tennessee. Let's get your starting lineup, or starting grid lineup. We're not in the NBA. Sorry. Ryan Kelly sitting first. Jamie Haynes second, Sam Oliver third for the start with Dylan Picklesmeyer fourth, Charlie Mosley Jr. fifth, and Andrew Hayes sixth. Jeff Taylor is going to be starting in seventh with Kane Lee eighth, James Ledford ninth, and Jeremiah Nelson taking on that Chevrolet number 5. Sam Taylor is going to be starting in 11th with the 69 Chevy of Glenn Lawson starting 12th. James Suggs starting 13th with Joe McAdory 14th, and that 62 Buick of Adam Thompson starting 15th. Jason Palmer is going to be starting 16th in his 25 Chevrolet, and George Rincon right behind him sitting in 17th. Corey Lavallo 01 Chevrolet and the 16 of Doug King going to be sitting in 18th and 19th respectively for the start of tonight's race here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Who's ready to see these drivers hopefully have a good race, but we know how it can go as we get a great look at the field right now. You can take a look. There is Ryan Kelly in that 13 and the 53 of Jamie Haynes making up that first row. I'm telling you, they are going to be going at it all night. It's going to be very tricky on the restarts. Let me tell you all about it. That's one thing that these drivers will have to think about is they have 120 laps to put under their belt tonight. The music's coming down as we are looking to go green flag racing here from virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. There is the man of the hour, Mr. Ryan Kelly. Looking to get going. You can see just inside that Nintendo 13 Chevrolet, he is repping the Jeff Gordon Rainbow Warrior Throwback racing suit. So very cool to see him in that. Well, as they make their way to the back stretch, they are getting ready for this pace car to head off. Some racing under their belts here tonight. It's always good when it's under the lights. Here at Bristol Motor Speedway, pace cars off the track. 13 and 53 for the first time tonight. Let's go racing as somebody's off the track in the 3 spins. That's Sam Taylor. And we are going racing at Bristol Motor Speedway. Great start here tonight from Ryan Kelly, who's going to jump right in front of Jamie Haynes. We know passing at Bristol is just about nearly impossible sometimes. So getting a good lead like that, is exactly what you want to see. Already seeing some action. Kane Lee has crashed and the caution is out for the first time. 48 of Kane Lee is going to spin out on the track, and we're going to go right now and see just what happened to Mr. Kane Lee. So here's that 48 crossing the start-finish line into turn 1 and maybe just cuts it a little too much down low. These 87s will come out right from under you, and it looks like that might be what just happened to Mr. Kane Lee. We're going to go to a cockpit view right now, so you can see him wheeling and dealing into turn 1, and you can watch. He's going to try to recover, and I guarantee you, slips right out. I'm telling you, just a little bit too much. It's all it takes. But a great job, by Mr. Kane Lee coming back onto the backstretch. Not many other cars involved, if not any. Maybe just some slowing down heavily, but Kane Lee right there. Unfortunately, bringing out the first caution for these drivers. As we head back up here now to your leaders, it's still Kelly and Haynes 1 and 2. Dylan Picklesmeyer picking up a spot, and Jeremiah Nelson up 6 spots here in 4th. In 5th now. Andrew Haynes going to be pulling back into that 4th place spot. So most of these drivers there on freshies, they just started tonight's race. It's only 2 minutes in. They're not going to need to go down in the pits and risk losing any kind of position right here. Let's get some more wear and tear on these cars before we take them down into pits. As far as fuel range for these drivers, it's going to be a little bit more while trying to keep these tires, if they get a green flag run. This is a super short track, so fuel not as much, but when you're cutting it down to the inside, you just saw what happened to Lee. Not that his tires were worn, but just think about that on worn tires as well, trying to recover or trying to take it low, even a little bit higher. Higher, lower. Does that make sense? Going to be just about 8 laps completed when we come back under green flag conditions here. We said, Mr. Ryan Kelly, your man of the night here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Mr. Jamie Haynes from Stewart, Virginia, rocking it out here tonight. 88 of Dylan Picklesmeyer in third. Andrew Hayes right here in fourth. Jeremiah Nelson racing at 5 here. Pace car is going to be turning off those pearly yellows, and we're going to be going side by side for the restart here tonight. It's the American Elite Racing Throwback Cup Series, live at virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Music's coming down as we're about to see some more great racing here with these 87s. Got the Chevys, the Fords, the Buicks. You got it all here. I don't know if you got it all, but you got 3 of them. Pace car's off the track. Barney gets ready to wave that green flag, and he's waving it good. Let's go racing at Bristol Motor Speedway. Watching right now, Corey Lavallo in the 01, making up a ton of time. He knows that he could go under caution at any moment. He's up 8 spots, started tonight's race in 18th. We're going to make that 11 spots as Corey Lavallo gets up another into 9th now, trying to make the pass on the 8 of James Ledford, as Andrew Hayes currently sitting in 3rd place right behind Hayes. He is going to have the fastest lap. 16.4 flat right here as we head on board with Mr. Andrew Hayes. You can see just how much these drivers are accelerating in those small stretches of straightaway they have, and then absolutely having to kick it on the brakes here at Bristol, as we have got a little bit more single-filed running, except we have it right here between the 16 of Doug King and the 25 of Jason Palmer. They're going to be going side by side for some action as Doug King keeps it down low and tries to make the pass, and he does. Headed to the front stretch. They're going to put it to lap 13. At Bristol Motor Speedway. Thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight for this American Elite Racing Throwback Cup Series broadcast, as the 17 of Joe McAdory now leads a pack of 3 cars. As Suggs tries to get on by to the inside, and it looks like Thompson and Doug King trying to do something up here as well. This is a very familiar picture with Kelly and Jamie Haynes up here at the top, both going to be battling it out for first. Haynes trying to keep it high, keep as much as he can on that car. That's what he's known for. Ryan Kelly keeping it down low, making sure that Haynes knows he doesn't have any kind of room to block. But that's definitely going to wear that 13 down a little bit more here at Bristol than that 53 of Haynes, and we know he'll come around and pick up a spot before you know it. 73 of Andrew Hayes looking in his rearview mirror, though. He's got a ton of action. There's Pickles, Meyer, Nelson, Laws, and Mosley Jr. all coming at you right now onto the back stretch. 73 trying to keep it under wraps here in the top 5 at Bristol. We're starting to see, as we did single file out just a little bit at the start of tonight's race, or a restart of tonight's race. We're getting these little battles coming up now. You can see it right here between the 69 of Lawson and the 89 of Mosley Jr. Also seeing it back here towards, I believe that is Mr. Sam Taylor, Joe McAdory, and Jason Palmer. They're up here trying to get into, I guess you would say, top 15 territory. Talking about points here tonight, though, they are in a league of their own. Kelly and Haynes are far away from the pack. 2.8 seconds at the current moment. And it's crazy. It is crazy how much speed that these two drivers have. Here it is right here between Haynes and third place of Picklesmeyer. You can see that time delta has been growing just a little bit every single lap. Oh, and it looks like we might have a wreck. Adam Thompson has already jumped to pits, but that was going to be the first wreck. I thought it was going to be one of the first wrecks that we had with multiple drivers, but it looks like he somehow stopped his car fast enough to get to pit, so good on Adam Thompson right here. That's going to keep the race going. 95 laps to go here for Ryan Kelly if he wants to capture another win and push his points lead even farther to the top. He is already 65 plus, I believe, points on Jamie Haynes, who is in second. But the battle between second and third isn't that close. So Ryan Kelly has it, but he's just got to make sure he keeps it up here. He doesn't want to do anything too crazy. We know Jamie Haynes, he's in second. He's got the blood in him. He wants to get that win here at Bristol. They both want the win. But I bet there's a little bit more boil in the blood, you could say, than Mr. Jamie Haynes. Well, taking a look back towards the back of the top 10, and we are going to see the 89 Hardy Chevrolet of Charlie Mosley Jr. scrape the wall just a little bit, trying to hold off the 24 of James Suggs, up 4 spots. Now looking to almost split the 69 of Lawson. They are coming up, and oh no, 89 of Mosley in the wall again, same place. James Suggs falls behind. I think he wants to follow that 68. Or I'm sorry, 89 of Mosley Jr. I looked at it upside down from the other camera angle. My God. Now just trailing. Glenn Lawson seemed to just trying to keep it a little bit more on the laid back side here. He's just letting these drivers by. Not keeping it too much in mind, but he is up 4 spots. And what are we seeing here? It looks like we are coming up on some lap traffic. That's going to be the 12 of Joe McAdory, who is getting lapped right here by your 2 leaders, Ryan Kelly and Jamie Haynes. Thing about Bristol, you're always going to see lap traffic. I mean, I remember when I went to a race here, and this was just when I was really getting into NASCAR. And I was still a kid, by the way. There was just so much going on. Like, I didn't have my binoculars. I couldn't even tell who was hardly leading. I just having to keep look at the score pylon thing and just figure it out. Well, now between the 01 of Corey Lavallo and the 29 of Palmer, lots of action here towards the back of the pack. 48 of Kane Lee coming back from that incident that brought out the very first caution here tonight at Bristol. He's moving up the spots, but now trying to take on the 15. George Rincon and the 3 of Sam Taylor. Looking beautiful here tonight under the lights. You gotta love it. Gotta feel so good at this track, too, under the lights. Well, Haynes has fallen back a considerable bit from Ryan Kelly up in first place. 1.25 seconds back. And that is going to be it right here. Jeremiah Nelson, he's 5 seconds back from your leader. But he is looking to take it on here at the last great Coliseum. maybe get a top 5 run. Coming on board, Jeremiah Nelson. I'm excited after tonight's race. I might be racing a little bit at the Roval Charlotte Motor Speedway, doing some Toyota, what are the GR68s or something like that. I think that's what we're going to be racing. So I might be hopping in, doing a bit of that before I head down to trying to watch right here with the 69 of Glenn Lawson and 15 of George Rencon. I feel like I get entrapped in these drivers battling it out, then I forget what I'm gonna say next. Like we said earlier, I mean, it's just almost not even a battle between Ryan Kelly and any of these other drivers, especially when you have these green flag runs at a short track like Bristol. You're able to put these lap cars in between you in second place. Just almost like playing Mario and, you know, having the fireballs and, you know, throwing them backwards or trying to put as many things in between you and the other drivers that's going to slow them down, and kind of work your strategy around that. That's what I would say is Ryan Kelly coming up on the 01 now of Corey Lavallo. So far, Doug King, Joe McAdory, Sam Oliver, and Adam Thompson have been lapped, and we have a battle right here between a bunch of drivers. 17, 89, 3, and 15 as we look back from the gearbox of Kane Lee in that 48 low Chevrolet. Well, it is going to calm down here a considerable bit. Man, they were side by side for a good bit, and then they came back racing that straight on and narrow line here. Ryan Kelly looking to put some more down here. Now coming up on the 73 of Andrew Hayes. Charlie Mosley Jr. Little battle right here with the 3 of Sam Taylor. Well, now, you know, we had that first caution. I thought we were going to have cautions breeding cautions. Now I'm interested to see how far these drivers start to go on a green flag run. I would have to guess, hopefully until around lap 60, which is a halfway mark, is what they would be thinking is maybe that point where they want to start thinking about pitting, or maybe that's exactly when they do pit. Maybe try to wear it down as much as you can. So if you need to wear and tear at the end of tonight's race trying to secure your spot, we don't have that many races left. It's crazy to think that the Throwback Cup Series, this season at least, I'm sorry, is almost over. Beautiful view off the gearbox here of Ryan Kelly. We see the 69 of Glenn Lawson trying to keep it all collected here. Jamie Haynes now 3.4 seconds back on your leader of Ryan Kelly. So big time difference right here. And 89 to Charlie Mosley Jr. now holding off 3 drivers as we see the 17 of Jeff Taylor getting to the wall just a little bit onto the front stretch. Definitely something I don't think he was expecting right there, but we have seen multiple drivers do it. Ryan Kelly looking like he might lap the whole entire field here. Well, taking a look back now, this has been a battle we have seen a lot tonight. It's been around this 15th, 16th spot. Now Jamie Haynes coming up on some lap traffic once again. Gonna have to get by all of this madness. Past the 01 of Lavallo. Now coming up to the 8 of Ledford and the 69 of Lawson. And this has slowed him up considerably. It's going to be the word of the night, considerably. 2 more seconds actually added right here, just a few laps behind Kelly. So he's got a little bit of madness to work through, and he's got a ton of drivers right behind him as they have got packed up right here in lap traffic, led by Lawson and Joe McAdory. Onto the front stretch we go. I know Joe McAdory's looking in his rearview mirror right now and thinking, holy shnikes, I've got a lot on my tail. 60 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. As Joe McAdory is going to fall down below the apron and let these other drivers by. Now Ryan Kelly coming up onto the 17 of Jeff Taylor. In the 89 of Charlie Mosley Jr. Well, so far, so dang good for these AER Throwback Cup Series drivers. Having a great race here at Bristol. We're going to go to a short commercial break. Our sponsor, the ButtKicker. Be right back here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We are back here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Once again, big shout out to the ButtKicker for coming on this season and being a sponsor. Once again, to the regular season points champion, they're going to be giving away a free ButtKicker unit. It looks like Jeremiah Nelson and Dylan Picklesmeyer have made the move and made the pass on Jamie Haynes. Nelson now trying to make up this empty room 6 seconds back, and he is working to take it back. Going to be looking at some green flag pit stops possibly happening here soon. See what happens. It's Bristol, baby, as Dale Jr. famously said. And Ryan Kelly has put down over 10 drivers, making it look easy, making it look super easy. Trying to get a little help there from the 25, but I don't know if that is going to work too well. That's Jason Palmer right there. Here comes the 15. George Rincon trying to stay with it. Oh, very close right there. 25 almost gets into the back bumper of the 13, entering the back straightaway. They are side by side into turn 1. Lap traffic with the leader of Kelly. Gonna be sticking with it. Ryan Kelly says, I don't want any of that mess. I'm gonna be trying to get out of that. And he does so into turn 1. 71 out of 120 laps. Just so you know, I always say the laps because even though it broadcast it right there, ever since that Matt Langley, I believe it was, told me one time that he listens in his truck while he's driving, I always try to almost make it a mix of radio and just regular broadcasting. So I'll say the laps and I'll say stuff all the time that you might hear me repeating because it's, trying to make it a little bit more keen on those who aren't physically watching with their eyes. Kelly makes a move on Jason Palmer now to look down to Sam Taylor. Will have almost all the drivers down other than 5. God, it has been insane here. Kane Lee, though, talk about insane. Early incident brought out the first caution. We talked about that 48 low Chevrolet. Now here tonight at Bristol, he started in 8th. He gained those spots back he messed up on, and he is in 3rd place, right behind Jeremiah Nelson. Talking about Jamie Haynes, he has fallen back into 6th, with James Suggs and Picklesmeyer entering the top 5. So good job to Dylan in the 88 back in 4th. And now the 20 of James Suggs looking to take away 4th, coming up the back rear off Kane Lee. Some heavy driving on the track. If I know Ryan Kelly good enough, I don't know if he can go this entire time on one, set of tires in the tank. But if he can, he will do it. I'm telling you, he would be the one to do it. He somehow knows how to conserve and win that race. So good. Mosley Jr. and George Rincon battling up here for 9th, and Jeff Taylor right there as well, trying to break into that top 10 as we enter the front stretch. If I'm these drivers here in the back and I know I don't have too much time, I would be trying to keep it as most lackadaisical as possible. So when you do have those drivers going down the pits, maybe you can get a little bit of time. You go down and get your stuff and come out good. Well, here is one of the men tonight, Dylan Picklesmeyer, here from Lincolnton, North Carolina. Getting past that lap traffic on the 12 now. And right behind Mr. James Suggs in the 20. Haynes trying to take on another driver. It looks like Sam Taylor having some internet connection issues right here. He battles 53 of Haynes. Started tonight's race in 2nd, has been pushed back to 7th now. And no takers so far down into pits. Now the 53. Don't know if he realizes this is a 12-lap traffic. Yes, he does. He's going to come back down below the 3 of Sam Taylor. Haynes sticking with it. 12 hold it up top. .34 to go here at Bristol. Wow. At a track like Bristol, you expect to see some crazy wrecks. I will say, though, the one time I went in person, there was nothing really that crazy. No really crazy wrecks that stood out. So this is also when they resurfaced it for a little while during that. James Suggs putting it on right here to the 17 of Jeff Taylor. He will take him down a lap as well. I'm not sure what happened to Andrew Hayes, but he is jumped to pit road. Possible issue with his car, and Ryan Kelly now running that high line. Definitely wearing down those tires. We saw him earlier cutting down so low. And that was when he still had a pretty good lead. Mr. Jamie Hayes now with Jeremiah Nelson just not even half a second behind him. He's running up top, trying to use what he can on the straightaways back off the 69 of Glenn Lawson. Can this man make it one whole race without even taking a pit stop? That's my big question. 13. Going to be put on the block right there to the 5 of Jeremiah Nelson, who is one to get by eagerly. Here we go on board with Jeremiah. Now to the inside of Lawson, and the 13 slows up heavy out of turn 4. Not too sure what that is about, if that's part of his strategy or what. Is a 5. It's within inches of the 69. Here comes Kane Lee down to the inside. They're going to be challenging Ryan Kelly for the lead. Five of Nelson still behind that 13 as we enter the turn. Ryan Kelly, some of the closest contention tonight from getting that first place spot away from him. 26 to go at Bristol. 48 of Kane Lee now to the inside. Can he take away the top spot from the 13? 5 of Jeremiah Nelson trailing the 13 up top. It's keeping him nose to nose into turn 2. From the 48 down, here we go. Kane Lee, for the first time tonight, a new leader. And now the 5 of Nelson looks to make the move, and he does. 13 of Kelly, push back to third. 48 of Kane Lee leads with Jeremiah Nelson in second here at virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Greatly appreciate you watching the American Elite Racing Throwback Cup Series with Mr. Kane Lee from Spartanburg, your new leader here. Well, now Kane Lee is going to do what he saw Ryan Kelly doing. He's going to be trying to put some time in between these drivers. James Suggs up 10 spots now. Going to be nose to nose with Ryan Kelly for that top 3 spot. And they're not going to be splitting Joe McAdory. Kelly slows down. Suggs enters third place. I can tell you right now, and I saw it beforehand, tons of these drivers, almost all of them, coming out here and putting in that practice at a track like Bristol. You know, it's funny, we'll go to tracks where you would think there wouldn't be too many cautions, and we'll have a, pretty good bit. It's the 87s. But then we come to tracks like Bristol, or we'll go to Darlington or something, and we'll go with these huge green flag runs. Still with no takers down the pit road. Kane Lee still leads with a half second on Jeremiah Nelson. Putting down that 59 to Mr. Sammy Oliver, and it looks like Andrew Hayes, I think he is done for tonight's race. He is still down in pits. And only 7 drivers remain on the lead lap here at Bristol. Jeremiah Nelson getting extremely close up here to the back of Kane Lee's 48. Oh, not going to happen too fast with the 59 of Oliver right there. He's going to have to make this move. Oh! 59. I don't know if he clipped him. If he didn't, he almost did into the 5, but he is going to save it. Great job by both of those drivers. To the backstretch we go. We're passing the 8 now of James Ledford. It's all been about passing here. We go past the Geico restart zone, bringing it to 12 laps to go. I don't think we're going to see these drivers pitting unless we have a caution. And now I'm interested to see if anybody runs out of gas here at the start-finish line. I know there was one race I was leading. It was at Daytona, and I didn't realize they had taken down the fuel. And I was sitting there leaning on that last lap, and I go into turn 3 and just nothing. No fuel, no speed at all. Well, don't forget, after tonight's race, we're going to have a post-race interview. Excuse me. With tonight's winner. We'll see if it's Kane Lee. We'll see if somebody else comes out here and takes it home. You don't want to miss that. Also, Sunday, bringing to the ARCA Series. You don't want to miss that either. It'll be a great race. Headed over to Knoxville. So it might just be an all-out battle right here at the end between the 48 and the 5. Jeremiah Nelson in that 5. Levi Garrett Chevrolet keeps getting extremely close to passing. Just waiting for that special perfect moment. Coming up on the 12, who will get into the wall just a little bit, respectively, just trying to let these drivers by. They only have 5 to go here. Kane Lee in the battle with the 5 of Jeremiah Nelson, who takes it up top. They're going to be nose to nose into turn 4. Kane Lee with the advantage down low, still nose to nose into turn 1. $48 and $5. If this is how it ends the race, it's going to be insane. Kane Lee still has that advantage, but the 5 with that momentum and speed up top. 3 to go. Still nose to nose as we go into the backstretch. Now Jeremiah Nelson with the slight lead over Kane Lee. The scoreboard is going back and forth. The 5 gets loose just a little bit. Kane Lee stays down low. 5 up top. 2 to go. Jeremiah Nelson overtakes a 48 of Kane Lee. He is the 3rd leader of the night into the wall. Coming to the white flag. Can Kane Lee take it home here at the end? Nelson's going to do whatever he can to hold him off. Jeremiah Nelson into turn 4 for the final time tonight. Can he take home the money? He does. Jeremiah Nelson wins at virtual Bristol Motor Speedway for the American Elite Racing Throwback Cup Series. $48 right there. Kane Lee's going to give him a little bump saying, good battle, man. Side by side there for the last 5-6 laps. What a run from the 48 and the 5. A shootout to the end for these drivers. As we'll have your final race results as Kane Lee gets second. Jeremiah Nelson right there in the 5, burning down the house. James Suggs 3rd. Dylan Picklesmeyer 4th. Sam Taylor 5th. Ryan Kelly 6th. Jamie Haynes 7th. Jason Palmer 8th. George Rincon 9th. And Jeff Taylor 10th. Charlie Mosley Jr. getting 11th with Corey Lavallo 12th. James Ledford 13th. Glenn Lawson 14th. Sam Oliver 15th. Doug King 16th, Joe McAdory 17th, Adam Thompson 18th, and Andrew Haynes rounding up all the drivers. He'll be in 19th here tonight as they are burning it down. T-Stan FD1, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it as we are watching these drivers burn it down right here with Mr. Jeremiah Nelson. What a race. We are going to go to the broadcast booth right now and see if we can't get a little bit of an interview. Sean for life. Greatly appreciate you following, buddy. Hope you're having a fantastic night, Sean. And let's see if we can't get a quick interview with Mr. There he is. Jeremiah, got a copy, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man, you took home the win here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. How'd you get it done? What was your strategy going into tonight?
Man, this is my hometown track. I've had a lot of laps here, and I just figured I could take care of my stuff, and you never know what can happen.
You really don't, man, and you made it work here tonight. There was only a few lead changes, and you got it done right there at the end. You're taking home that win at the Last Great Coliseum. Mr. Jeremiah, anybody you want to shout out or thank before we head off tonight's stream, sir?
Yeah, I got to thank my buddy Kane, man. We had a clean battle right there. He run his lane, I run my lane.
Yeah, that was such a great battle right there at the end.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Jeremiah, hope you have a great night, and congrats on your win here at virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. I'll send you back down with your friends. All right, well, that is the end of tonight's stream. Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you're doing good as well, Mr. Sean for life. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Happy holidays to you. And we'll be headed off tonight's stream. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. TS Stan and Sean for life, thank y'all so much for giving me a follow. And we'll see y'all Sunday for the ARCA series in Knoxville. Y'all have a great week.